make it like everybody else. La 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 la. La la la. Hello. Okay, let's start a survey. Happy Thursday. Yep. Nope. Is it still Thursday? Okay, wait, I need to press. Okay, let's see the survey. So basically, what you're seeing here is a new project that I started at work because that blanket, it was way too big for me to carry anywhere, and I decided to start something else. Where is it? So I'm using this bright orange yarn. This is fine merino wool. It is lace weight or maybe fingering weight. I think it's fingering, no, sport weight, I don't know, between sock yarn and a lace yarn. And this is bright orange, and I was planning to make a scarf that I can wear at work for a event which has this color as a event color. So I decided to try it, and I really wanted to learn how to do honeycomb brioche. And I said, okay, this is my chance. And you guys, it took me so long to learn this stitch. It's incredible. I've never had such a difficult time to learn a stitch. I did, I think, 5 rows with one tutorial, and it was a whole mess. I couldn't understand. And then I went back and I tried again with another tutorial, and thank God this one worked. There's a problem here with the edge. It is quite weird, but I'm not gonna unravel anything. And then I kind of used half of the skein already, and I realized that it is so wide. I'm never gonna have enough yarn to make a real scarf because it is so wide. I didn't think about it when I cast it on, but also I didn't want to unravel because it was so hard for me to learn how to do this. So I decided to bind it off here because it is quite wide. It is about, I would say, 60 centimeters wide. So I bind it off there, and then I picked up stitches here so that I can continue it like so. So now the honeycomb, it is, wait, how is this, horizontal. The honeycomb are not organized vertical anymore, which is the original pattern. It has to look like this, but my scarf will look like this, which is okay with me. It was so hard for me to learn. Thank God I got it. So now I picked up stitches here, which was another challenge by itself. And unfortunately, you can see this, this transition, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this transition is not horrible, but it's not nice. Well, it is what it is. So I'm just gonna continue this honeycomb brioche until I finish the yarn. There it is. I think I have about half of skein or maybe a third of skein. Initially I was thinking maybe to take this yarn, which is like a burgundy, or maybe this off-white to, to make it half and half. I don't know. I'll see if I finish this and it's not even as long as this piece here. Obviously, I'm gonna have to introduce a second color, which is not what I want. I don't want a second color. I just wanted a orangey, bright orange looking scarf, which is what I have right now. So I'll continue to knit. I hope you join me. I hope you have a happy Thursday. I hope you vote in the survey and let's put on something interesting to listen to. I don't want to annoy you more with my voice. And let's pick up something. I don't know what at the moment. But let's see if I can watch something. Oh, one of my favorite creators is I forgot already. Copy Doll, I think her name is. Copy Dolls? Copy Cat Dolls? No. Oh my god, I'm embarrassing myself. I don't remember her name. Her username. Okay, I'm not gonna stress. I'm just gonna find something interesting to watch. And if it happens to be that creator, is gonna be. And if it doesn't happen, it's not gonna happen. We're not gonna stress about it. Huh. Let's watch this Australian creator. Okay, let's watch Nitty Natty. She's like
supposed to be recording a podcast today.
She's my go-to.
Campsite.
This
is the ocean. So I'm rolling with the no makeup, star on my face, coffee on my sweatshirt, and we're just gonna make it happen today.
Okay, Natalie. We're gonna make it work if you say so. And by the way, my trusted dog is right here.
Welcome to episode 248 of The Love in Stitches.
My trusted dog is right here, and he's twitching because he's dreaming about something. Okay, let me show you how I'm doing the honeycomb brioche. So I am working on the right side, which shows the honeycomb pattern.
It is getting to be really high numbers for just about everything. So yes, Maine is our 47th state. Just wild. After this, we
knit,
have Hampshire,
knit,
Vermont, and then
release.
Our last state is actually New Jersey.
Knit,
even though we have been there, I just forgot to count it before.
release.
So really, I should just change the numbers and say this is our 48th state. New Hampshire, Vermont,
release.
49 and 50, and then we're done. And honestly, I probably should just say that. Like, we've been to New Jersey on this
release.
We've been to New Jersey a million times before, but we've not filmed in New Jersey.
Release.
Now, even though we're almost done with our 50 states journey as far as personally visiting different states, we still have a few more states to go to film it. We're filming in Maine this week, then in New Hampshire, then Vermont, and then we're filming at Rhinebeck in New York. But then hopefully after that, we're going to film in New Jersey. We're also going to be filming in New York City again, in Brooklyn. I'll be sharing more about that later on. And then we have Ohio and South Carolina. And then we will be officially done with our 50 state journey, which is unbelievable. Just so wild that is happening. So this episode...
So basically, this girl, Natalie, has been traveling with her van in all the states and buying yarn.
But let me talk about what I'm wearing really quickly. So this is the Manhattan hat by Tori Yu.
There we go. Okay, now we're going to switch. Алло, Алюс, алло. Темир, свяжи мне шапку на зиму, а то холодно. О май гад, я не знаю, как вязать шапку. Я только знаю этот узор. И это будет шарфчик для работы. Нам нужно оранжевый шарф. Okay, now we are working on the wrong side, and so we have two stitches together and we are going to knit it together, and then this is going to be released. Knit it together. Obviously, I'm not explaining. You can watch a tutorial where people explain so much better.
So hopefully it will hold off, because the whole reason I wanted to do things today instead of tomorrow morning is that it's supposed to rain. Please rain, hold off. It's just stunningly beautiful outside. I don't know if you can really see the water back here. Yeah, you kind of can. It's amazing. And this tree, although I don't have it quite high up enough for you to see it, it is like the most beautiful, stunning, starting to turn like red. Oh man, come back down. It's so cool.
Темир, ладно, я куплю. О, отлично, покупайте себя хороший, how do you call it, хорошая шапка, да, и защищайтесь от холод. Excellent.
I was planning to finish this tonight, but then when I realized just how great it was here, I'm like, okay, gotta get a podcast going. So I finished it really quickly, and now we get to experience the end of the project together, which is like so fun, right? Obviously, I haven't blocked this or anything yet.
Темир, покупайте себя шапочку, да, и все будет отлично.
Drinking and stuff. So I don't know if I will be blocking this right away. I might wait. I am going to be staying with some friends of family this weekend, so I'll probably wait until then and just, use water and a sink in their home. I think that'll be a lot easier. So before I try it on, I just want to sum up this project. So every time I make a Musselburgh hat, this is a pattern by Isolde Teague. I feel like I'm going to spill that now. This is a pattern by Isolde Teague that I've made many, many times, probably 10 times at this point. But every time I make it, I do something slightly different.
Темир, вы хорошо говорите по-русски. Спасибо, Темир. Удачно вам довязать шарфик, дорогая. Спасибо. Это будет такой интересный оранжевый шарф, как будто я буду клоун, но на работе будет очень-очень полезно. Я работаю как перевозчик, да, и мне нужно для маленький ивент, как for small event. Цвет будет такой оранжевый, и я буду клоун, который тоже будет с оранжевым.
And then this yarn is a yak, merino, and nylon blend, also from Alaska, from a person that has their own shop. Hold on. Polychrome Fibers. And Polychrome Fibers is a summer shop in just outside of Denali National Park. I can't remember what town it's in. Hold on. Can you see that? Polychrome Fibers. So 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, and 10% nylon. So it's been very delicious and yummy to work with as well.
Delicious and yummy to work with. Imagine to say something like that about a yarn. That yarn must be really special.
Color that kind of runs throughout it that looks very similar to this, which has been lovely. Normally when I make a Musselburgh hat for myself, I have certain measurements that I do for each section. So with this one, I am aiming for a longer hat, like slouchy. I also wanted it to have a brim that would fold up.
Hello, Shetika Woods. Good afternoon, blessings. You've been knitting your socks. You finished the heel flap and turn and now working on the foot and toe. That is incredible. What color are you doing the socks in? The last pair of socks I worked was a deep navy, and after that I never did a pair of socks because it was so hard to work with darker colors.
Of the Kivute was about the same as my section for the yak, and I wasn't going to have as much brim as I wanted to. What I was aiming for is for the Kivute to be slightly shorter so that it wouldn't show at all, like when I fold up the hat. And so I decided, you know what, let me just add an extra inch. So I've actually got about 20 inches here in between these two crowns, and we'll see what happens when I block it. It might get a little wider and a little shorter.
Oh wait, I was about to make a stupid mistake right here. I was about to take and slip, but it's not correct. Hold on. I was about to
So it's time for
I was about to do this, which is not correct. This is the front part, only knit and release. Knit, knit, release.
So that will fold up on one side of the hat. So this all right here is all
knit,
brim,
release.
but my hope is that I can get it to fold like here maybe. We're gonna have to see. And sometimes it takes wearing these hats for a little bit for them to really like settle into how they're naturally going to be. So I'm gonna tuck this inside. The Kivute is only for the lining. I'm never planning to wear the hat the other way. So I like to kind of flip it around both ways,
release.
kind of get it to relax a little bit.
Knit,
so soft and
release.
warm. Okay, so if I fold up this brim,
white socks, incredible. That is incredible. I've never knitted white socks.
But, oh my goodness.
Knit,
Hold on, I can probably get
knit,
it down a
release.
Where's the Kivute?
Knit,
okay,
knit.
I think this is going to be fine. I'm actually really happy I did that extra inch. How does it look? Got a little bit of slouch. It will relax more. It won't be as pointy when I block it. I've got a nice thick brim, which I love because then I have 4 layers of fabric on my ears. This is an incredibly warm hat, aside from me also putting one of the warmest fibers inside this hat. And then the Kivute is like just underneath the brim. Oh my gosh, it's like perfect. Oh, I hope it doesn't stretch too much when I block it. That will be a test. Oh, okay. I'm so happy with it. I cannot wait to get it blocked and dried and really try it on. But I don't think I can keep this on right now because it is not that cold outside. So I'm going to switch back into my other hat and let's talk about my next project. Next up, I have finished, okay, for some reason I thought my microphone was gone. I have finished one of my Winter Magic socks. So this is my new design that is going to be coming out on October 11th, and the yarn is from Coven Collective, and they are going to be selling kits, which will also come out on October 11th. And this is all in collaboration for my make-along that I'm bringing back that we didn't have last year, but we've had, I think I started it in 2020 actually, and it's called Sockmas. And the whole goal of Sockmas is to knit or crochet yourself a pair of socks that you can wear basically in December, anytime, any holiday, or no holiday at all. Sockmas is just a cute play on words.
Sockmas.
Wintry theme. Our theme this year is Winter Magic. So the Winter Magic kits.
Hello, Peter.
Socks. So I finished up sock number 1.
Shetika, as you can hear, there is a sock making among the knitting YouTube. So you can make a sock mess, white socks.
A little feature here on the side to make sure the socks fit, and actually we've added more rib. My testers have been like very helpful with the feedback on fit, so we're adding more stitches in here actually. So the next sock I'm going to do will have that updated feature. It also has,
and this girl Natalie keeps inventing socks
here, which you don't need a cable needle for. It's just a twist stitch, and then texture. Really easy texture, a 2-row pattern throughout. So it's so fun. I love it. I love it. So then I have started my second sock. This one I am taking it nice and slow because I am going to be refilming some tutorials for. So, excuse me, the twist stitch, I'm going to be filming a tutorial for hopefully today. Sorry, I've changed the focus on my camera a little bit because I don't want anyone in the background to be shown, so I'm trying to keep everyone's privacy. But yeah, so these little twist stitches, I'm going to have a video tutorial on
So
that.
if I'm not breathing well, I'm almost dropping my phone, so it's a good reminder to breathe, breathe, breathe. Whew, okay. This is what we are working with, you guys. Oh my god, I'm so impressed with myself.
And then the color work with the beads is not really something you can just like
So hello Peter, greetings from Germany. Hope you like post crossing. I got a new traveling notebook, a form activity today. Well, congratulations. If I'm blessed for that, I'd like to get a centro. Go for it. Pretty, thank you. I like the post crossing, Peter. I have not received yet any postcards, and my postcards have not been registered yet.
Which is why it's the way I like to design socks. So very excited about that. I have.
Do you mean, Shetika, do you mean a centro for knitting, the centro knitting machine?
Find all the information about Sockmas, so that will be coming very soon. If not, by the time this podcast goes live, you can find information about the make along, about the kits, and also
you can win kits. I hear kits and patterns, and the kit doesn't come with a knitting machine.
I have started my blanket. So
I want to see the blanket. Hold on, I'm a blanket addict. Hold on. Okay, I'm not gonna stop in the middle. I'm just gonna finish.
It didn't really work out that way. I tried really hard. I tried to finish my muscle bra hat. I was working on another sock project. I was finishing up my design. There was just a lot of different things going on. But on October 1st, I was like, I feel a little overwhelmed, a little stressed, a lot of different deadlines going on. But I can still carve out an hour in my day to get this blanket project started because I really want to do that. I felt like if I didn't start it on October 1st.
Okay, finished. So the advantage is that there are few stitches, and this is the wrong side. And this is the right side. I still dislike this whole transition, but I don't have any other option. There was no way I could pick up stitches without this transition. So Peter says, I know it needs a bit of time. After they get registered, you get postcards. Yep. Shetika Woods, yes, I mean it's a centro for knitting, right? Knitting socks. Okay, what blanket is she talking about? Let's see.
Let me show the blanket and then I'll
Please,
talk about details and math.
please show me the blanket. She's making a chevron blanket just like me.
The first color, day one, is like this really beautiful greens with reds. Then we go into like a pinky red. Now we're into like blue and like.
Tell me what a crazy coincidence. I love chevron stitch and my favorite creator does the same.
And it's pretty wide. Can't really get it in the shot. It's almost as wide as my arm stretched out. It's probably going to be about 5.
It's blanket season.
Baby blanket. So it is meant to be a smaller blanket. I made one for Toaster, so it's
I would love a knitting machine. Oh my god, same. Same.
I am making this one for Kit so that we all have a blanket. And all of ours are slightly different. So the first one that I made for Toaster, I shared a lot more about last week, was all Pokemon colors, 31 colors, and I modified the original pattern to have fewer stitches that I cast on.
Mămicuță, îți dau mai șed?
Like the main color in between. Then for my blanket I had 24 colors.
Actrița mea preferată, sau cum o cheamă, nu e actriță, o fetiță care postează pe internet, face exact aceeași păturică ca și mine, tot așa în zigzag. Da. Numai și-o arătat, numai că ea are 3 rânduri de gheta, la mine sunt 1 metru, da.
Which I'm not going to share because this is a beautiful pattern. It's an excellent pattern. And then I am working the 4 rows as mentioned, but I am not working the main color row in between. Instead, I'm saving my main color for a border. But I have 30
No.
mini skeins, so my blanket will be a little bit taller than the original blanket. It's also a little bit wider because my gauge is bigger. I'm using a bigger hook. I think it's going really nicely. The only thing I want to note is that I use the main color for the chain because I learned something in my last iteration of this blanket. And that is if you use the first mini skein for the chain, then you typically won't have enough to do the same number of rows for that color as you will for the rest of the blanket. So my last blanket that I did, I started with one of my mini skeins, on December 1st, and I did the chain and I did 4 rows.
Crește fularul meu.
4 rows with that color. My other one,
Dar uite ce progres în 20 de minute față de 3 zile. Și ascultăm pe Natalița, Niti-Neati, așa o cheamă. Apropo, e că eu de la dânsă m-am învățat să vorbesc clar. Chiar dacă vorbești să nu fie monoton și nu să nu fie neclar. Doamne, așa o nuanță arată în telefon, parcă e foc, știi? So Shetika says, love the chevron stitch and Nitty Netty is awesome. You follow her as well? I was just bragging about Nitty Netty to my mom, saying that I learned so much from Nitty Netty. And I'm obsessed with the chevron stitch at the moment. So if you go to her Instagram, she's posting daily the different screen grabs of those scenes with the colors that she pulled from that scene. So it may not be just immediately what you think of Beetlejuice, which for me is hey buddy,
white, green, and purple.
My dog looks like a bat. Look at him. He looks like a fruit bat.
So it might be a screen grab of them driving into town and the fall leaves and all the different things. I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I don't really remember. But it's got everything in it. So if you want to see the inspiration, make sure you're following the little wolf.
Niti-Neti povestește despre un film de groază care se numește ceva cu sfeclă, Beetlejuice. Suc de sfeclă, короче, nu știu ce horror.
Thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. A couple of years ago, I experienced what should have been one of the happiest times of my life, and instead I just felt like I was failing. I had just moved to a new city, I had quit my teaching job, and I was living out my dream of working for myself in the yarning business. But for some reason, I just was feeling overwhelmed, and I almost couldn't even get myself out of bed every day. I was considering therapy, but since my health insurance doesn't cover mental health, I was really looking for an affordable option that I could also do from home. And
oh my god, now she's making a commercial.
I remember logging into my first session thinking, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. I don't have anything major really going on. And then the next thing I know, I had blown through 50 minutes and I hadn't even taken a breath. And that's what I really love about therapy is that it's a safe space to talk about your fears, your relationships without any judgment. I also love that I could just hop onto my computer and into my weekly session from my bed. Therapy helped me put into perspective a lot of things that were going on in my life at that time. And when major changes happen or I start to go back to that place where life feels really grim, I've been able to hop back into therapy for as long as I need. BetterHelp is on a mission to make starting therapy so much easier. You can get going by filling out a questionnaire online, and then you'll be matched with a therapist in just a few days. My first therapist and I clicked really well, and I shared early on with her that I'm a knitter, and she was cool with me bringing my knitting into the sessions, which I really appreciated because having something to work on kept me calm as we talked through my week. But one of the best features about BetterHelp is if your first therapist doesn't feel like the right fit, you can easily switch to another one until you find somebody that you connect with. If you're struggling and you think you benefit from a therapy session, you can click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/nittynatty to get 10% off your first month of therapy. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. And now back to the episode.
Știi ce să fac? Mă duc eu să-mi spăl picioarele și să-mi dau cremă de șeie care se încălzește.
Earlier this week, I think on Sunday, we went to Boston Fiber Company.
Hai,
And we
poftim!
got to interview Sarah, the owner, and take a tour around. It's a great shop. I'm trying to think what the area is called again. I can't remember, but it's like a super artsy district. And on Sundays,
Hello, Crocheba Kyomar KAMR.
Where there's a huge marketplace set up, like one road over, basically, not even a road from the yard.
Yay! This is what we have. This is what we have.
Cute little, like, what are they called? Kind of like, not a gift shop. That's like not the right word for it.
Okay,
It's like
one more and that's
that
it.
have all kinds of local things next to it. So it's just like the cutest area in Boston. I mean, we went to lots of areas of Boston. There are so many cute areas, but this was a really cool area. Great place for a yarn shop. And we had a great time. We got to film before the store opened, and then once the store opened, they have a regular Sunday meetup. So we kind of, I think we did like an extra one that day so that we could have a little bit of an earlier time, and then more people came in later. They've got a sitting area, their little like lounge living room in the back of the store. So it was great. I got to meet a bunch of people that I knew through Instagram, or just got to meet and introduce myself for the first time, which was just a blast. We had so much fun. Then the next day, we kind of carved out a day to just do touristy things in Boston because we had never been to Boston before. And my friend Jordan was so kind and took us around to a bunch of places. We did a lot of walking. We started out with I'm going to forget what this is called. Yes, we did the Freedom Trail. There's a lot of history in Massachusetts, and it was really cool to get to walk around and just see a lot of historic buildings. There was like a bunch of graveyards, which is kind of strange. We didn't really go into a lot of them. We just kind of did like the free and quick option. And so we just kind of you follow this, like, it's either a brick line or a red line, and you just follow it. It's on the ground. You just follow it. So we saw the Capitol, and then we continued walking, and we saw, again, several graveyards, lots of churches, lots of different things. And then we met up with Jordan, and Jordan took us around and told us some of the history.
Okay, hold on.
There's a whole district where there was a bunch of Italian restaurants.
This is what I am. Oh, so cute. Okay, you guys, this is what I have thus far. And this is where I leave you. I am still working on the honeycomb brioche, I want to say, scarf. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hold on. Give this video a thumbs up. And have a good night. Bye bye.
Started driving, started making our way north, but we wanted to stop